long as the husk is intact, it's good to grow. After that set it and forget it deal though, it is a waiting game. You'll be waiting about 6 to 12 years for your first coconut to grow off that tree. Looking at one of these trunks here on your left hand side, you're going to see those rings going around. Each ring represents 1 year of its lifetime. So coconut trees are known to live over hundreds of years. I've never seen a dead one, but then again I'm under 100 years old, so okay. At that young green stage, you're going to want it for the water. It wants about 16 to 20 ounces of fresh coconut water. That does add a bit weight to your coconuts there, about 15 to 20 pounds, kind of like a bowling ball. Imagine one of those falling from an 80-foot tree here onto your head. That is no fun. We call that a permanent stay here in Hawaii. I'm going to go over the anatomy of our coconut. This front part here, we call it the pico. That means the belly button or the navel. This back part, we call it the okole. That means the behind or the butt. So I'm going to start husking for you folks. On the table, I have holding on the head of a pickaxe. First couple strands, kind of hard to get through because you're going in blind and you can't see the seed. After those 2 strands, you can go ahead and maneuver your tools around it. Every coconut in the world is a hand husk. If you want to move on the side, the husk is going to fly that way, but sorry. We have husking records here in Hawaii. There's a man on the island of Oahu. He can husk his coconut in 2 seconds. He's a cheater. He uses a machete, 2 chops, and it's right open. There's also a lady here on the island of Maui. She's right behind these mountains in Lahaina. For those of you that's been there or that's staying there at the hotel, she can husk her coconut in 2 minutes. Big difference from 2 seconds, but she has the most unique way. She doesn't use a pickaxe like I am. She doesn't use a machete. What she uses is her teeth. If you don't believe me, she does have a bunch of videos on YouTube. But if you're like me and you watch it and you get sore just watching it, I don't suggest you watch it. She used to do shows on Front Street. Never met her before though. But I heard she used to be retired, so I'm guessing she ran out of teeth to husk those coconuts. But I don't know the real story. After you take this husk off your coconut, you do not want to plant that seed. You're just going to get a rotten coconut with extra bugs that you do not want around. After they took this off though, the husk was not completely useless. The inside fibers here, they pull them strand by strand, braided together to make rope to tie on their huts and their canoes. People still use it for mulch. It works awesome with your orchid plants for those of you that do gardening too. The outside of the husk is extremely dry, so these make good fire starters. They can stay lit for 15 to 20 minutes. One husk alone. You could also use it for insect repellent. Insects hate smoke as it is, but the scent off these husks keeps them away for us even longer. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the remaining husks. After that, I'll show you that every coconut has its own face. A lady said it looked like her ex-spouse, but I don't know. So I'm going to show you now that taking a sharp object, I'm going to use an ice pick. You can use a screwdriver too. Poking at the eyes. It is one of the softest parts of the coconut, but not the softest. You won't be able to get in. If you poke it right through the mouth, it'll sink right in. So the mouth is the germinal spoil of your coconut. That's where all the bugs will get in, drain out that coconut water, and make it a bad coconut. I'm going to widen out the mouth so we can check the liquid. Brown coconuts are known to have a cloudy white liquid that comes out. It's usually mistaken for coconut milk, but it is coconut water at its most mature stage. Coconut water is drinkable at any stage though, green, gold, or brown. It's just your preference on the taste. Cloudy white. Coconut water. At this brown stage, it is going to be the most sour coconut water. You're going to want it at the green stage downstage, this water does serve as a natural laxative. So if you chose to drink this water, you're going to want to be close to a bathroom. 15 minutes later, you're good to go number 2. And nobody wants to be the party pooper, literally. So after I drain this out, I'll show you folks where the soft spot of our coconut is. We're going to be looking right between the 2 eyes of our coconut. You're going to see that liner ridge. That's the soft spot of your coconut. So taking a blunt object, you could use a hammer or a mallet. I'm going to use a lava rock. Hitting it at that spot will have it open in less than a minute. Oh. Right open. So this white consistency is your coconut meat. That's where you get your coconut milk and your coconut oil from. Once you get your coconut open at this stage, you're going to want to remember this phrase. White meat good to eat as long as it's a bright white color, no discoloration, and no slimy texture. It's perfectly good coconut meat. You could just fry it off the shell and eat it off the shell. It is extremely hard to get this meat off the shells at this stage. I broke 2 knives in half because one day I forgot my lunch and I wanted to eat it. Hawaiians took seashells, spent 4 hours scraping all this meat off. For me, my lunch breaks aren't that long. We have our modern secrets. We have our freezers and our ovens. The freezer method will not change the texture of your meat. It'll just be cold meat. That's the method you're going to use for your coconut milk. So you're going to take 2 cups, place it back together, put a rubber band around it. Place it in your freezer for 6 to 8 hours or overnight. This white meat is known to hold a lot of moisture. So moisture only expands in your freezers. When you take it out to defrost to room temperature, it'll shrink back to its original size and pop right off that shell. After that, you're going to place your meat into a food processor or a blender. Blend it up really good. Strain it through a cheesecloth and you got your fresh coconut milk. Meat from just one coconut though will only get you a shot of coconut milk, so you're going to need a lot of meat for that. Your second method is going to be your oven method. Take 2 halves, place it upside down on a cookie sheet. Set your oven to 350 degrees. Leave it in there for half an hour. It'll also pop off that shell, except you'll have toasted coconut. So that's good for shaving, for baking, or for those of you that want to try and make your own coconut candy. There are 2 methods to get your coconut oil. Longer method, take 2 halves, place it out in the sun for 1 to 2 weeks. You start to see a clear consistency forming over that meat. Just take a spoon, lightly scrape it off the meat, put it in a jar or a bottle. Second way, you're going to use your freezer method. You're going to extract the meat off the shells using your freezer method. Put your meat in a pan, fry it up. The oil will come oozing out of that shell. The meat. Instant coconut oil, right? After they extracted the meat off these shells, wasn't used to set out, we make bowls, cups. They're really good. They carve fishing hooks out of the shells too. We have our souvenirs. We got our purses, buttons, picture frames. For some odd reason, Hawaii got famous for our coconut bras. But ladies, one size does not fit all. You'll be searching for that perfect coconut. This does conclude my demonstration though. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. If you want to come touch the coconut, smell it. Unfortunately, we do have strict health regulations here, so we don't allow test tasting. But we got other plants surrounding us. We got the coffee trees in that back corner. We got our banana trees to your right. And then the 2 fruit trees and the red ginger. So this red ginger is not the ginger that we eat or cook. It's just a flowering plant like the helica.